Hello and welcome back to So That's Gaming, and this is going to be my next, well, this is the next Throwback Thursday episode. It has been quite a while, and if those of you who are actually following this channel will probably point that out in the comments below, but don't beat me up too badly. I mean, I've been doing a lot of other things, but so so here we are. We're back to a Throwback Thursday episode, and we're going to start with a brief history lesson. A lot of the Throwback Thursday games I intend to do will probably release sometime in the 90s, but when you look at them, a lot of them will appear like they came right out of the 80s because the graphics were so ooh. but a lot of these games were distributed on floppy disks. You might remember seeing pictures of them. They're 5¼ inches by 5¼ inches. And then later on, back in 90, what was it? I think it was 1983. They came out with the micro floppy. And those of you who have never actually seen one of these, you're probably thinking, oh, look, he 3D printed a save icon. No, these were actual discs. And they were originally released single-sided, and which doesn't mean anything to you, but that had a capacity of up to around 320K. It's such a small amount. I don't think anyone can really imagine how small 320K. And then they got double density discs that were up to 720K, and this one right here is a DSHD. DS standing for double-sided, and HD is high density. This, even though I don't know if you saw, it does say 2 megabytes on here. Yeah, slow. But these were actually formatted at 1.44 megabytes, and so a lot of these games were distributed in a fashion known as shareware. I haven't heard that term used in the longest time, so I don't know if it's still a relevant term or not. But it was called shareware because you could freely distribute it and give it to your friends, your buddies, your neighbors, whoever, freely and without any copyright infringement. But on the game itself would include additional instructions on how to purchase the full game. And a lot of these shareware games, if you didn't, you could also buy them, which sounds weird since you can get it for free from your friend, but if your friend doesn't have it, you have to get it from somewhere. The internet wasn't that big back then, and this game I'm doing today is the original Duke Nukem, which was released in 1991 in North America and 92 the following year. So in my case, I would go to my local Radio Shack, and they'd have like a stand where a display, kind of like at Walmart. You'd see like DVDs, or when certain holidays come around, certain green carts are stacked up on a low display. But it was all shareware, and I bought this game years ago. It probably cost you $5 or $3 or whatever, and it would come on one of these little floppies. And hope if your machine didn't have a high density disk drive, you hope that it's on a low density disk that is 720K variety, because the drives are different. A little side note, you have this little tab on the back right here, and this was to write protect it. So after you wrote something on it, you would like flip the tab so as the hole's open, which I'm apparently having a hard time doing to show you, but trust me. Oh wait, here we go. Get me a little tab here. There we go. See, it opens. And this tab, and this has nothing to do with the game, but this little hole right here allows the drive to know that it is a low or high density disk. So you could technically say we would save a few bucks when backing up our data or save games on these little floppies. Low density disks were cheaper than high density disks. But so the low density would have this little hole filled in. We would drill a hole through all of our disks and turn them into high density disks. A lot of people didn't know you could do that, but it's a little trick. I don't know how long the disks last after that, but so anyway, so Duke Nukem 1. It was an old platform game. Let's play a little bit of the game here for you, and you guys can check it out, and you can see what a lot of us gamers dealt with back in the day. I mean, this isn't Nintendo, this isn't Atari, this is PC gaming. It was later released on a Windows platform and on OS X, but it originally distributed on MS-DOS. So let's go and get this playing. And now you put your disk in after booting up DOS. You type in DK or Duke Nuke, or I don't remember what the executable was, but it'd bring you to here. Now in this case, you can see episode 1, 2, and 3. Now with the shareware version, you would only have episode 1. These, I don't know if it would show 2 and 3 as options that were like grayed out or whatever, or tell you invalid or not available, but the shareware version would always come with episode 1. And a lot of these games were like that. They'd all come with episodes. Those of you remember seeing one of my Doom videos, the original Doom's the same way. You get episode 1, but not 2 or 3. And I know Nightmare comes with, or Ultimate comes with a 4th episode, but that wasn't available. And that too was distributed on these bad boys. And in fact, I believe the original Doom game was distributed on 4 high-density discs, and Doom 2 was on 5. But that's not what we're here to discuss. So you'd start your episode 1. Oh, oops. And load up the game. Let's skip ahead here. There we go. And there's our protagonist. There's Duke Nukem. A little bit of the programming notes. And I didn't know this before, but this was a assisted project by id Software, who makes Doom. This was in 16 colors. I don't know if it was CGA or EGA. I can't remember which one came out first, but it's obviously color. And there's, so you're the pitiful hero sent to stop me. I, Dr. Proton, will soon rule the world. Wahahaha. And cue our protagonist. You're wrong, Proton Breath. I'll be done with you and still have time to watch Oprah. And so the controls back in early gaming were a lot different. Instead of using your WASD keys, a lot of you should still have them, but if you look on your keyboard, we have arrow keys right between the main keyboard and the 10 key. We would use those, and then a lot of our controls for like action and jump, or open doors and fire, were Control Alt and spacebar. A lot of the 3D shooters like Doom, which actually isn't 3D, by the way, another story. There was no jump, but there was, fire and strafe and all that, open doors and that kind of thing. So let me see. I mean, the main objective of the original Duke Nukem is to get through the level and get to the exit at the end of the level while collecting points and destroying enemies. Many objects on screen can be shot, including boxes, obstacles, blocks. Besides points, some collectibles include health power-ups, which I think you've seen me already collect a couple of. A can of soda or turkey legs all contribute to replenishing your health. I can't say that I ever got to the end of episode 1, even though I spent a lot of time playing this and a lot of Commander Keen, which we will do in a future episode, but I don't know if there's like a final boss battle. If you know, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. But this is pretty much what the entire game looks like, and a lot of games back then looked like this, and until later on we get into the VGA era, then everything goes to like more colors, 256 colors, and the same exact gameplay mechanics, same platform style, jump, shoot, and that's all we needed back then. We didn't need this other fancy stuff. Either way, the game was insanely fun and entertaining for hours, regardless of what game you play. I mean, you know, Cosmos Cosmic Adventure, Halloween Harry, Duke Nukem 2, because they did make a sequel to this, and then after that, instead of calling it Duke Nukem 3, it went to Duke Nukem 3D. Yeah. And so you don't see a lot of Apogee anymore. That's the original creator of this game, or studio. I don't know what to call it. But let's go and skip ahead a little bit here. So you got to collect keys to get into certain doorways and everything. And some of these, I don't know if this little tank thing can be destroyed or not. I can't remember. I didn't exactly put a lot of effort into recording this gameplay, but it is what it is. And sorry, I don't know what happened. I guess the gameplay video got a little out of sync at this point. I'm not sure what happened there. It's crazy to think that most of these games were so small so they were able to fit on these floppy disks. And oh, see, I just destroyed one of my health power-ups, and I thought I could jump on that, but yeah, apparently it hurts you, and I just used up too much of my health. And cue the RoboCop robot. Yeah, he's in here too. He's a little cameo. And so, well, so that's Duke Nukem. So, thanks for watching, liking, commenting, and sharing this video with your friends. And if you happen to be one of the people that played this back in the day, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Also, if those of you who have never heard of this or seen this game before and can't imagine playing a game that looks this crude, tell me what you thought of the game. I mean, did you feel sorry for us back in the day, or did you think it was pretty cool? It is kind of a laid back, just 2-button arrow key shooter. So let me know in the comments below what you thought, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to click that subscribe button. Get subscribed to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter, and you can follow me on Facebook, because I now have a Facebook page for those of you who didn't know that. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time here on So That's Gaming.